Okay, then we will move to item D, which is approval of 2012 resolutions to the WASB Policy and Resolutions Committee. And Mrs. Zardy had sent these out to us prior, and when we did have a deadline to submit these, and we did get them submitted, but we do need to approve them at our board meeting so that we're sure the entire board is behind this, or that at least the majority of the board is behind it. So hopefully you had a chance to look through them. I don't know if we are up there. We have 2 resolutions that Mrs. Zardy drafted. And the one, of course, was the shortage of speech language pathologists and school psychologists, and our thoughts on what they should be doing to encourage that type of study at universities here in the state to hopefully improve the availability of people to work in districts around the state, because we're not the only ones with these shortages. And the second one, I don't know, Mrs. Zardy, if you want any to kick in here. And then, of course, the second one is one that we're all very, very aware of, and it's our statewide student information system and the ability of our district to be able to use the current system that we have that Mr. Potter has designed for our district. And we want that to move forward. So any questions on these or discussions by anyone?
No, I just think we ought to approve these separately.
Okay. We sure can.
Not that I'm going to have a different vote for either one, but I just think they should both stand alone.
Sure thing. And they do, because the process from here then, these of course go on down to WASB, and they review them through their committees, and they may or may not choose them to be voted on by the whole WASB delegation. So they would of course be independent of each other. Right. So it's good to have them separated. So then I would first look for a motion concerning the shortage of speech language pathologists and school psychologists.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second then to approve our proposal for the 2012 Delegate Assembly concerning shortage of speech language pathologists and school psychologists. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And then I would look for a motion to approve our 2012 Delegate Assembly proposal for the statewide student information system.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second then to approve our proposal to the Delegate Assembly for the statewide information system. Any further discussion?
Who's our delegate this year?
I am.
Okay, so this particular proposal, how does it get presented to the delegation, since it may seem on face value to be very specific to us, but I think it involves a lot more districts than it appears.
It first goes, if you remember, when Joan Greendearly was on our group, she had been a member of the WASB, not sure what their formal name, the resolution committee, and they sift through all of the resolutions that are proposed to the Delegate Assembly for that January meeting, and they choose the ones that they feel are the most important or have the most merit. And they may or may not choose it, but even if they don't choose it, any group can bring forward
Still bring it to the floor?
To the floor, to be voted on that day. So certainly that's something we can see what happens as they review these and see what goes on, and if we still want to bring it forward, that's certainly our option. We can do that. So.
Just a question as I'm reading the statewide, do we need to have a statewide student information system? Do we need to be a little bit more specific with that, what that is, to catch people's attention, to allow more than one vendor? Is that, or am I?
That is the proposal, that multi-vendors be.
Right, I was just looking under the subject if we should have that, just a thought.
Well, that's already been sent out.
All right. Should have looked at it yesterday, sorry.
I mean, it does go into the detail farther on down, and I would hope that they really review them clearly, but like you said, that does
But
catch
if it makes it to the floor,
eyes.
we can modify it on the floor.
You can, yes. You can modify parts of it on the floor, too. Okay. So is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you very much. We'll see where we go with those.
Is this the first
Hopefully-
time in a while that we've done proposals for the...
First time since I've been on here, I'm not sure. Gary?
That doesn't
You wanna
really
go-
comfort us.
You want to go back that far?
I don't know that I want to go back that far. I don't know, Mary, do you remember any?
I think we have
Through the years
through
somewhere.
the years, but they've usually dealt with athletic programs and things like that.
So now we'll be in the book that they send out, so there we go.
That's just like being weird, Kitty. I can't.